Hello, I am going to be walking you through makeup. First of all, you need to know about me that before Red Aspen, I did not do a lot of makeup. Maybe some mascara, a thick gloopy foundation, and some lipstick or lip gloss. I did not know how to contour. I did not know how to use most makeup. And so as I've watched other people and taught myself, I'm going to teach you what I've learned. First of all, you need to know that I am just a normal lady with the dark circles with I have pores, I have dark spots, we have it all. And so once we're finished, a lot of times we see it from way back here and it looks so great. But no matter what, you're not going to be able to just have flawless looking skin. We're all human, we're all normal. So I'm just going to show you the ways that I like to do it, okay? First of all, this time of year especially, our skin is dry. Even if you feel oily, in your creases, you're going to be dry. So if you don't start with something moisturizing to get your face ready for makeup, everything's going to sink into your pores and everything's going to sink into any wrinkles, anything you have, it's all going to sink in. So I'm going to be using the Red Aspen Do Renew Snail Mucin. I know people are like, snail's gross. I actually had been using snail stuff before this. My daughter had told me about it. And she had just told me that, you really need, this is really good stuff. And so I looked into it. I mean, no snails were harmed, but I was like, yeah, this is probably, we're trying to get back to some original stuff that maybe they used before. And it is a little sticky. Uh, and so it just really moisturizes your face. It dries almost instantly, but I really try to get it in those under eyes, okay? Because that's where I seem to be the driest and that's where my makeup seems to cake the most. Also right here and right here, all right? So you let that dry. You can use any kind of moisturizer you like. And I just love the snail mucin. And I know some of the girls will tell you they love it too. So I let that dry. It doesn't take very long at all. Then I'm going to go in with our mineral milk sunscreen. This is cool. So this can also be used as a primer underneath your makeup. It helps with more moisture in your skin. It is UVA and UVB, which I found out that means the blue light from your phone. It also protects against that. So our ingredients in our makeup are Aspen verified, which means that they follow European standards, Canadian standards, California standards, all the standards that can be followed, and it is very clean. All of our stuff is fragrance free, no smell, even our mascara, okay? And so you can be confident that it is clean makeup. So with this, you can put it on your hand, you can do whatever. I draw it. So I just put a little on, again, focusing where I'm the most dry, and then just rubbing it in. And I use it as a primer for my makeup, but also, you guys, today the sun, even though it's so snowy, the sun is shining so bright today. And so if you're out in it for long periods of time, it's good to have something on your face. My dad is a 2-time survivor of skin cancer. And so, I do see the dermatologist and all the things like we should and take good care of my skin. So there we go. I am primed and ready. So if you're not a shiny girl, I'm going to show you how to take the shine out. And then I'm going to also show you how to leave the shine in if you do like the shiny. All right. At any time, if you're like, I don't do this step, so you can fast forward. That's why I made it a video instead of going live, because I thought it would be easier for you all to watch. Okay. Next, I'm going in with skin tint. The person who invited you will have one of these most likely, and if they don't, they'll ask me and we will get you one. This is all the colors of our skin tint. What I love about this is the names. Like number 1 is joyful, 2 is playful. Like it is just a big old ball of encouragement. So you can use one of those, or we can help you find your color. Today is a perfect day to take a no makeup bare face picture in front of the bright sunny window, and we can help you find your color. I'm going to use 2 colors. I'm actually just going to use 1 color all over my face, but I'm going to kind of show you we have no undertones in our skin tint. And that means that you don't have to know your undertone color. It's going to naturally just blend to your skin. So you're not looking for any extra special ingredients. Skin tint is going to be in between a foundation and like a BB cream. Okay, so it's going to be very light, very moisturizing, and very good for your skin. All right, so this is the number 2 Playful. This is my like way far into the winter color. You know, when you've lost all my tan. The 3 is called Meaningful. This is kind of in between, like fall and spring for me as I start to get color back. And then during the summer, I use the 4, I have it right here, which is the Successful. So I'm going to take one of our makeup brushes and just blend it in. So you don't have to worry about it getting in your pores. Ours is made with something called niacinamide, a word I had never ever heard of. Niacinamide helps it sit on top of your skin and not get down inside your pores. So you can see I use both 2 and 3 and they both blend just fine. So you don't have to be like super sure of your color. I'm like, woo, it's me. So I'm going to be using 2 today. And sometimes I mix them. You can do it however you want. All right. So let's start with concealer. I'm going to be using 2, which is funny. All right. Whatever color you are using on your skin tint is what you're going to use for concealer. At the same time, you can use something a little brighter to more highlight the area. So you kind of can play with concealer. All right, remember, where we are putting concealer, we want it super hydrated so it doesn't stick inside those lines and pores. I'm going to dot it very lightly. I'm going to get I have these spots on my nose. I asked my dermatologist. He was like, yep, congratulations, you have spots. This I've had for a long time. It's turned into a scar, I think. I went and got a facial done, and she's like, it includes extractions. And I'm like, fantastic. And then she's like, oh, I scarred you. So this is not special. Okay, I'm going to use another one of our brushes. I'm going to use one of the eye brushes, I think. It's really time for me to wash all my brushes. You know what? I'm not. I'm going to use my finger. So you kind of want it to warm up to your skin a little bit because it's cold usually because it's cooler in our houses. And then you're just going to dab it. Under the eye is a very sensitive place, and we're all trying to keep it as good as we can. It does not have to be all the way into your skin because you're going to go in with your skin tint and you're going to get the rest of it put in. Does that make sense? You're going to go in with your brush and get it all going. So there's that. And I'm going to just dab it in my nose. I'm like, do I have a Kleenex on my desk? I'm sure I do. Yes. And then I'm going to dab that in right there. All right, skin tint time. I draw on it just like I drew with my SPF. So kind of shake it up a little bit and I draw. You can go heavy, you can go light, you can go 1 and then you're like, I want more, so you can add more. However you want to do it, it's yours to do. All right, there's no right or wrong way to do makeup. None at all. You do makeup how you want to do makeup. All right, so we're going to just get all that in there. You can see it just evens out my skin tone. It's not necessarily covering up my skin, but it's evening out my skin tone. I do have some natural redness, and so I just love that it just evens it out without being like, oh, you just covered your whole face with so much makeup. It doesn't even look like you anymore. The goal is to keep staying looking like you. I'm going to do 2 sides of my face. I know that's crazy, but I'm going to do 2 sides of my face. I'm going to do a side of my face where I do just a very simple with the cheek sticks, and then I'm going to do the other side, which is with our pressed powders. So you're just kind of stippling it in after you get it all kind of rubbed in. And as you do this, you're going to find little spots, especially when you're looking at your mirror and stuff, and be like, oh, that didn't get rubbed in all the way. So you just keep going until it's how you like it. Listen, you are your own worst critic, all right? You're going to be like, I don't like this. This color doesn't look good on me. And then you're going to go out and people are going to be like, your makeup looks so pretty. What are you wearing or what are you doing? And you're like, oh, it's okay. Just keep working with it. Keep playing with it. Wear makeup on the days you're not going somewhere and then try it and see what you think, okay? All right. Now, let's do cheek sticks next. Okay. I love our cheek sticks. So I'm going to do a bronzer. A lot of you had asked about contour, all right? I knew nothing about contouring before this, nothing. I watched videos of other ambassadors, I learned, and I still don't know that I feel 100% confident in it, but I love it, and especially when I'm trying to do more of makeup, I like that it gives me a little bit of like a warm tone. All right, so I draw. Okay. Sometimes I go down here. I am more of a double neck person, so I have, so sometimes that gives me a little bit of a feature that I don't have, lots of necks. And then on my nose, I feel like I have a bigger nose. Just, I do. And so I feel like this kind of just evens it all out. All right, I know this freaks a lot of you out, but you're just gonna go in with your brush and just blend it in. So on the chin, it just goes down, okay? And it doesn't take like, you're not like scrubbing it in, all right? On nose, it goes up and down, okay? On cheeks, you're gonna go up towards your ear. So see how that lifted before I do this side? Go up towards your ear, okay? On the head, on the forehead, you're just going up into your hairline. See how it just adds a little bit of warmth? Nothing crazy. This color is Oh So Suede. There are 4 colors to choose from. All right, now I'm going to do my cheek stick. I have all 4 colors of the cheek stick. All right, so I have coral red. I have Rosy Outlook. She is beautiful, and she's just a very simple one. That's what I'm going to be using. I have Berry Mauve. I might mix her with my Rosy Outlook. And then I have Poppy Pink. Poppy Pink is what I wear the most. I'm a pink girl, and I love bright pink, and that's what I wear. So I'm going to do the Rosy Outlook and the Berry Mauve together. So I'm going to show you just the Rosy Outlook first. And I'm going to show you my simple tip and trick, what I do. I use my cheek sticks on my lips, eyes, and cheeks. All right, ready? So I'm going to go and just draw it on. I'm going to go in the middle of my eye right here. And then I'm going to go on the lips. Okay. So that's Rosy Outlook. I'm going to go ahead and blend it in. It's just a very light, subtle pink. It's a very, very pretty. I'm not going to blend my eye yet because I'm going to show you a trick. All right. Now, I'm going to take my Berry Mauve because I want it just a little bit darker, and I'm just going to dot it. And then I'm going to take that Berry Mauve, and I'm going to go on the outside of my eye. Okay. Now I'm going to blend both my cheek and eye. And there you go. Okay, so that is cheek sticks. Love cheek sticks. Now let me show you the last cheek stick, which is the highlighter. Some of us love sparkles, some of us don't. Okay, so we have the Frosé, and we have the Diamonds and Pearls. Obviously, I use Diamonds and Pearls the most. It's almost out. I've had it for over a year. All right, so what I'm going to do with Diamonds and Pearls is I'm going to go in the corner of my eye. So that's brightening my eye up. So it just brightens it and looks a little brighter. I'm going to dot it on my cheek stick, and I'm going to put it on the end of my nose. And then I'm going to blend it. There you go. You can see I have a little bit of color, nothing crazy. Okay, and that is cheek sticks. I absolutely love cheek sticks. All right, next I am going to put my mascara inside my brow. You can sit on it, you can do anything. You want warm mascara, it works better. Okay, next I'm going to take our Translucent Setting Powder. This is for the people who don't want it to look glowy. All right, so it is a clear powder that goes on. I like to put it right here in that crease. So it just kind of sets the concealer and everything else I've done This is before mascara because you don't want setting powder on your mascara. See how it took away any lines I had? Okay, you can do it on your nose if you don't want a shiny nose, or your forehead, wherever you like it. You can always use a big brush and put it in there and just kind of brush it around. You get to do makeup how you want to do makeup. But do you see how it all just kind of lifted over here? So, but we still have creases. We still have pores. See, when it's back here, it looks a lot better. So you see, nobody's going to be up that close to you, most likely, besides your spouse and your kids. So stop worrying about what you think that your makeup looks crazy. All right, let's move to eyes and lips, and that will be done for that side. I know it's kind of long, but I really want to show you all we have to offer. So let me grab my mirror. I'm going to go, this is the Red Aspen, a little cakiness right here. This is the Red Aspen eyelash curler. I hate when words leave me. You're going to get your eyelashes in there, and then you're going to pump. Okay? A lot of people have heard this story, but I did not have a real eyelash curler. I had like just a cheap one before I got this one, and it took me a little bit because I kept smashing my eyelids in there. I do have very hooded eyes, and so I kept smashing my eyes in there, and I was like, oh, this is not working. All right, we have a mascara primer. It's right here. We have two different types of mascara. We have one that's called Lenny and one that's called Maggie. Maggie is a like a very clean mascara. She's got castor oil in it, helps keep your natural lashes healthy. And then we have a tubing mascara, which is still a good mascara healthy wise, but it has tubes on it, so it makes your lashes even longer. I'm going to show you both. So this one now I'm going to show you is Lenny. Lenny is the tubing mascara, but I'm using the primer first. Our primer is pink. It helps the black or brown of the mascara you are using pop. And then it also helps separate those lashes so it looks like you have more and just keeps it nice and good. So there is that primer. All right, so while that primer, I want it to get a little bit tacky. So while it sits, I'm going to finish out my lips. So for today, for simple, all I'm going to do is add a lip gloss. So I'm going to be adding Bluebell. Okay, Bluebell has a little bit of a blue shimmer to it. I have a few of our lip glosses. I have Magnolia, Clear, Lotus, it's like a light shimmery pink, Cocoa Rose, and the Bluebell. So I'm going to be using Bluebell. Fuchsia is my favorite. They've stopped carrying it. I think probably going to have more colors come out for spring, but I will continue to use Fuchsia because it's my favorite. It's like a bubblegum pink, and I know it's not for everybody, but it's something for me. And so I'm just going to go. And just give it a little bit of a sparkle. We do have some without sparkles too. I'm going to grab that mascara out. And I'm going to put it on. I have short, straight eyelashes. So this has become pretty much my favorite product because it makes me actually look like I have lashes, which I know it's not a big deal to look a certain way or things like that, but it is fun to look like you have lashes. So this is our Lift and Lengthen Lenny. So once you have some of it on, then you can go down and just kind of get on the ends, and it just adds a little extra length. So just kind of go back and forth to add those little tubes. No flaking, no nothing with this mascara. It's going to last you like hours. Like I've done 16-hour days outside, and my mascara still looks amazing. It is not waterproof, but it is definitely more of a sweat proof. We do have a waterproof mascara in the Maggie, which I'm going to be doing Maggie on the other eye. And so we do have it in waterproof also and brown, but you can see just the amazing difference there. So that's so fun. So I'm going to put my Maggie now in because we're going to finish up. All right. So we've done this side with our Snail Mucin. We've done this with our SPF. we did skin tint and concealer, and we contoured this side. So now I'm going to use a cheek stick. And let's just go with poppy pink. Let's just go bright poppy pink. Okay. Oh, okay. Now don't let it freak you out. So we are going to blend it and just go straight up, kind of in a circular motion. Like I said, if you want to go straight up, if you want to do it however, it's your makeup. You get to do it however you like it, and you can change it anytime you want. So there is that. Now I'm going to show you pressed powders, okay? So you can kind of see that's more of the lighter pink to the darker pink. All right, now let's go pressed powders. All right, our pressed powders are beautiful and easy to use, okay? So I'm going to show you how I use our pressed powders. You can use them any way you want, all right? So I'm going to start with my darkest color. I have a brown here, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to be using our red Aspen brushes, and I'm going to go with the darkest color, and I'm going to go in the crease. Okay, I am not too worried about it because I'm going to end up taking a big brush and going in and just really getting it all put together. Okay, next I'm going to go in with my solid color, and I'm going to put it all over my lid. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the little bit of a darker color with the sparkles. I'm going to do the outside corner. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this lighter color that has a little bit of sparkle in it. You can also use your cheek stick because remember we want to brighten that eye corner a little bit. Okay, so it's not as bright as this side. You can do different things to brighten it up. You can still use your cheek stick, whatever you want to do. And then I take the same brush that I used to do my blush and I blend it. And that's cheek stick, or that's pressed powders. There are so many fun different colors in pressed powders. So there you go. So I'm going to do my Danny, my primer. Okay, next. So I'm going to get, I need to use my mirror. I'm going to get in here and I'm going to pump it up. For some reason, my left eye, the lashes just don't grow as well. I have no idea why. But if you'll get them under there, the best you can, and then just pump it. All right, I'm going to put my Danny on. Remember, she's really fun pink, but that really helps the colors pop on your mascara. The bottom. And then we want it to get tacky, so we'll do lips while it's tacky. I did not do my pressed powder under this eye. You can already see kind of a little bit how it's a little bit darker. Let me get a little bit of pressed powder and do that real fast. Or the mascara on. There we go. And so, I'm gonna have to get my big brush. There we go. All right, so now I'm gonna use a face wipe, a makeup remover wipe. These are wonderful. They are fragrance free. They are nice and wet without being so thick of wet that you're like, ugh. All right, I'm gonna wipe off the cheek stick and gloss that I did earlier. I'm going to use our lipstick, our brand new lipstick. And I decided, since we're already here, I know you've been watching for a little bit, maybe you're fast forwarding, that I'm going to show you all 4 lip colors really, really fast, okay? I'm going to go lightest to darkest. So I'm going to start with Blushing Fig. And then I'm going to go the Cocoa color. Okay, so Blushing Fig. It's just a light pink. Okay, now I'm going to show you the Cocoa color. It's more of a brown. I am not a brown girl. I'm a pink girl. These are not a lip stain. These are very hydrating. It is a reapplier, But if you've gone in, I'm gonna actually show you how to make things really nice and stay. This is the Cocoa Kiss. Cocoa Kiss. This is more of a brown. All right. And then I'm going to show you the raspberry. It's my favorite. I may be knocking a little bit of makeup off, but that's okay. Who's going anywhere today? Not me. All right. Raspberry mauve. So it's my favorite. And then our last one is cherry red. So I'm going to be using the raspberry mauve. I'm going to show you how to make it last and how to keep color on your lips. Okay? So let me show you cherry red. And then we're going to go for it. All right. Isn't she beautiful? I do love her a lot. So let me give you a few quick pointers on how to make your gloss last. We will finish up with Maggie and be done. All right. I know it's long, but we have a lot to offer with makeup, and I just want you to see what all there is. All right, we're gonna give our lips a minute to chill out from being wiped off. I'm gonna do my Maggie real fast. This is the conditioning mascara. It is wonderful. Before we had a primer, I actually used it as a primer under my Lenny. And so I'm just going to show you it. We have it in waterproof, brown, and black. Lenny just comes in the black. Again, I have short, straight eyelashes. This eye definitely seems to be shorter and straighter than the others. And so I am just putting that on. So you can kind of see there's a little bit of a difference with them. It's definitely more preference. I love them both and I wear them both. So we just have that. You draw on yourself. So we just have options, which I love. All right. So there's Maggie. There's Lenny. Maggie's a little thicker. Lenny's more of adding to the adding length. Okay. All right. And I drew on myself just a little bit. All right. So let's talk about getting your lip color to stay throughout the day. Okay. I'm going to be using the lip pencils we have. I love our lip pencils. They are very soft, which is not the average lip pencil. So I draw on my lips. Okay, so first of all, I need to sharpen it. We do have a sharpener that collects all the goodies that come out. And I do really like our sharpener. I'm going to sharpen it just a little, nothing crazy. You don't need a tip. All right, and then I'm going to draw my lips. This one is berry. And it's so soft and you can feel it in, all right? So that if you don't have time to reapply, you've got a matte underneath, okay? All right, now I'm gonna go in with Blushing Fig. I'm gonna put it on top. Little bit of lines over here. All right, now I'm gonna take that translucent setting powder, okay? It's getting low. And then I'm gonna take my finger and I'm gonna dab it in there. So I have setting powder, I'm gonna dab it on my lips. So it sets it in place. So you want it to feel matte. Okay, now you just use your brush. So what I do is I make a mess. So I'm gonna put my lips together. I'm gonna use my big brush and I'm gonna brush away anything that's left. Okay, so now we've got lip liner and lipstick on. And so now I'm gonna go over the top. Let's do Lotus. Okay, and I'm just gonna go over the top because we've matted it out. And we brought that shine back to it. So now I got some color on the end of it, so I'm just gonna take a tissue and get the color off so that it doesn't go down and change the color of my gloss. There you go. So there are tips and tricks about red Aspen makeup. Like I said, we have samples. We can color match you. There's a lot of things we can do. We have a lot to offer. It does feel very light, very clean on my face. I love it. It's very easy to do. I know this took 30 minutes, but I really was showing you everything. I can get my makeup done in 5 to 10 minutes, no problem. And there you have it.